All right, we are live.
Hey.
Keep a straight face, Wes.
Try.
Keep a straight
Try
face.
very hard.
Straight face. Keep a straight face. Honey, no laughing. Straight face, honey.
Okay.
This is serious business here.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a
Totally.
live with big family. This
Straight
is
face,
serious,
yeah.
straight face.
Serious.
Serious business here.
Serious.
All right, for people to go on,
Hi, people.
I'm going to take my vitamin.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Vitamins are good for you.
vitamins are very good. Very good. Hello in Colorado. No laughing.
Sorry.
No laughing allowed.
Hi, Colorado.
Straight faces. You're going to make me laugh. No. Straight face. Straight face. Hello, everybody. Welcome to...
Oh, Mr. Fluffy, they love your hat.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Wherever
So
did you get it?
I was racing to get a hat, and well, we may have gotten confused
Got
a little bit when we were
snatching and slinging.
racing and hurrying. I'm sure y'all won't mind.
No, you look great. You really do.
I think
Yeah,
it
look good.
looks good. It's a
Stylish.
new
Do
style.
I look good?
It's you, baby. You always look
Oh,
good.
that is the right answer.
You always look good. You always look good. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, I love her hat too. Shouldn't she have a good hat? Look at this one. It says Longhorn Lester's on it. I hear you can't buy them.
Yeah, special.
They're. It's a good hat.
Mm.
It's a good hat.
Is it switcheroo day?
All right, I can't do it
Yeah.
anymore, baby. I can't do it.
Thank
I can't do it anymore.
goodness.
I can't wear it anymore.
No, I don't want to.
Woo.
I
I can't do it.
am
I
not
can't do
working
it.
outside.
Do my hat. I can't do it no more. All right, that's better. All right, hey, big family. We got lots of y'all hopping on now.
He said, "Don't let him lie to you. You look ridiculous."
Yeah. Angie's got a
Lady bunny.
extra little person here. Well, not person, but you know,
He's a
you know what
person.
I mean.
He's a person.
A person's a person, no matter how furry. I don't think that works, baby. He's a bunny. He ain't a person, but that's okay. We
It
love
works for him.
bunnies too.
He's a real person.
love
He's
bunnies
got
too.
feelings.
Trying to the hat really is the perfect shape for you.
Wasn't it all? Angie looked great in LA.
Angie, she does. It doesn't matter. Look, y'all, it doesn't matter what hat Angie wears.
Oh, it does.
She looks great.
No, it does.
She looks awesome. No, it doesn't matter. You look awesome in all of your many hats. So I guess while we're waiting for people to hop on, I wanted to show you all a little bit of something. We haven't showed you this. It's nothing crazy, but Angie did it. I thought it was cool. So she started making some fire cider. Now she didn't make it. Some people make it with like whiskey or whatever.
No,
this is
no,
with
no.
apple cider vinegar. You want to talk about what you put in it?
Yeah, it's non-alcoholic fire cider. So I looked up a recipe for just plain old homemade fire cider. And don't breathe it in yet, silly. That's potent.
Oh,
That's potent right there. Goofy.
all right. We got to taste test this.
No. Why would you, after you almost choked on it, why would you taste it? He's gonna make it worse. He's gonna take a shot of it. Are you looking to choke? No, it's
This is the perfect thing. We got these Asian soup spoons.
Oh my goodness. Here we go, y'all. Just call 911 if y'all see him fall out and the camera goes black. Just call 911 somebody.
We gotta try it. We gotta try it. Okay. All right, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but for me, this don't look
Okay. I was talking about what's in it.
delicious.
Though.
Yeah, talk about what's in it here. I'm gonna mix it all around.
Recipe I found online for homemade fire cider. So it's got turmeric and some other seasonings in it that I threw in that are good for you, but it's got the chunky stuff in it. It's got peppercorns, chopped up raw onion, chopped up raw garlic. It's got some dried cayenne peppers. It's got lemons and oranges, and I'm trying to think of what else I threw in here.
Onions, lemons, garlic, oranges.
Yeah, I mostly followed the recipe, but yeah,
peppercorns.
I put in, it said add whatever seasonings you wanted. Filled the thing completely up with apple cider vinegar. So after all the seasonings, dry seasonings are in, dried goods are in, all the raw produce is in there, you just fill it up with apple cider vinegar, shake it up every day, leave it on a shelf in a cool, dark place, and it turns into fire cider.
Now it's supposed to sit for how long?
It was supposed to sit for up to 2 weeks, and then you put it in your fridge, or you can leave it, closed in a container like this on a shelf. It's shelf stable. It's fine. It just keeps marinating and cooking and goodness.
Now,
but
you'll notice the garlic turns blue because when you put garlic in acidic things, it turns blue like that. I don't know if y'all knew that or not, but I didn't. And then I had to look it up because I'm like, honey, something's wrong with the garlic. Are you sure you made this recipe right? But nope, it's normal.
I'm going to warn you what they say to do when you go to take it, though. When you go to, use it medicinally, you're supposed to add honey because you're going to need it. You're supposed to add some sweetness, add some honey.
I ain't got no honey here.
We have honey. Go get honey.
Go get honey?
Yeah, go get honey. Right. He's going to need it. You can add sugar. You can add flavorings to it. But the goodness is in all the antioxidant stuff that you put in here, and it just kind of, the apple cider vinegar draws all that goodness out. And so it's supposed to be a cold, congestion, flu killer. Like, it's supposed to knock out any sort of like bad cold or sickness that you have, any sniffles. It's supposed to knock it right out, keep you from getting real sick. You feel COVID coming on, you take some of this, I guess. But like, it's supposed to be a really good home remedy though. And I want to see, because these ingredients are known for
they're
for
supposed
doing
to be good
that.
for you. Yeah,
they're supposed to raise your vitamin C level and all that stuff. So they're supposed to keep the cold away.
Now, y'all don't judge. This is not, I don't know if it's local honey or not.
It is.
It's Gary Cooper there. If you're watching Gary, this is Gary Cooper's honey, but I don't know how local Gary Cooper is. It's got
the phone number.
We got it from Superfoods.
Yeah, it's got his phone number right there. So he lives in the area.
He must live in the area then.
Bees. All right. Yeah, it's local.
All right. Well, we got it from Superfoods, and it was.
Your honey is right next to you, Wes.
Oh, you're right. You're right, and you're much sweeter. You're much sweeter. I appreciate you keeping me on track and reminding me of my brownie points that I need to get here and there. So,
this person had a question. I'm doing raised beds this spring. What do I put in the bottom of it? Sticks or stones or what else?
So it depends on how. I mean, you could put some filler stuff in the bottom of it if you want. We didn't really put a whole lot of filler in the bottom of ours. If they're like real deep, like you're doing really deep raised beds,
right?
You might want to put something. But the thing is, anything you put in the bottom that's like brush or sticks or whatever, you're going to end up having to put more dirt in the bed because it's going to break down eventually.
Yeah.
And I know they say, some of you may know what hugel culture is, and that's basically this idea of burying a bunch of sticks and twigs and logs and stuff in a bed. And then, sorry, I'm trying to not spill honey all over the table while I'm doing this, y'all. Bury sticks and twigs and logs in a bed, and then it breaks down and whatever else, and then it's good for the ground and it makes more dirt. And that may be true, but the reality of it is, for most of us, when we do that, when those sticks and twigs and logs break down, it just means we have to go buy more dirt to put in on top anyway when it does break down, because it's not going to fill the same amount of space as the log fills initially. Once it breaks down, it kind of compresses and it compacts a little bit and loses some of the air that's in there. So
in any of my raised beds that I'm doing, I'm just going to do some weed fabric on the bottom to keep all the grass and weeds from growing up through my raised bed dirt and having to fight all that. I'm just going to do the weed fabric and fill it with compost and call it good. I'm not going to fill the bottom with anything, but like you said, you can if you want to.
Yeah. All right.
That was Miles. I was like, who's at the door? The dog always alarms us when somebody's at the door. Miles. Hey, you forgot a step though with this homemade fire cider. You're supposed to strain it. You're supposed to strain all these goodies out. You're supposed to strain it and let all
dip some out.
You're just gonna dip it out? Okay, he's gonna go for it. He's just gonna dip it out. You might want to get a cup or a jar and dip a little bit into it and like pour some honey in it and stir it together. You might want to get a separate cup and mix it all together.
I got you, baby. I got you. I got 2 spoons over there.
Oh, I'm not trying it. Oh, no. I'll use it when I need it. When like I'm feeling poorly or sniffly, I'll be willing to use it then. But
doesn't the big family want to see Angie try it?
No, say no.
Don't y'all want to see Angie try it, y'all?
I'm good for right now. I'm good. No, I'm good.
It's gonna be so good. You made it.
I know, and it smells.
Everything you make
like,
turns out amazing.
It's like Wow, that is strong.
Everything you make turns out.
I'm sure that
Ooh,
would
I'm gonna
kill a
spill
cold.
this.
Yeah, you are.
We
gonna
probably
spill
only
it.
needed 1 spoon.
I think you need a jar, a cup, or something.
I know, but this looks. It looked like. Doesn't it look like a good idea? I mean, it's in these nice little neat spoons.
I mean, it looks and smells like it would kill a cold, y'all. Like it would kill anything.
It's gonna kill something.
It's gonna kill him.
The wrong channel. Yeah, this is taste testing with Big Family.
Right, yeah, we're taste testing today.
All right, you ready? It's as mixed as it's gonna get because it's cold. All right, you ready?
No. No.
All right, y'all. If I die, at least y'all will have witnessed it. All right. Oh man, I kind of regretting doing this now.
You know, it can't hurt you. It's all natural. It's got nothing but natural ingredients. It can't hurt you.
All right, bottoms up. You know, before I take this,
I'm glad we're recording.
You know,
this, y'all. I'm so glad we're recording.
you know, back in the day, we don't drink now, but back in the day when I did drink, before I take a shot, you know, you always take a deep breath in before you take the shot.
Yourself.
That way, when after you take the shot, you can exhale. Because if you take the shot first and then you have to, it's like, oh, no, it's gonna get you. So,
oh, here we go. Oh, did it burn? Yeah.
ooh,
Did it burn so good
Yeah.
all the way down? Yeah. See, I bet that'll cure what ails you right there.
oh yeah, it'll cure something. It'll cure something. Oh, it burns all the way down too.
Yeah, it'll clean out your system too. Mama made some good voodoo right there.
Oh, a little. Oh, wow. Okay. On to some more serious. Oh, it sticks with you. Like it just keeps rolling around in your mouth.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
You know, I bet if you're sick as a dog, though, you'd be willing to have that stuff.
Oh.
To take it.
I don't know, baby. That's. Ooh.
Oh, poor Linda. She said, "Oh my, I'm just coming in. I guess I missed something."
Oh, y'all. So, Miss Linda, what you missed is you missed trying this lovely
fire cider.
Fire cider. It's
good.
Ooh.
And
It's
I
different.
made that on January 7th. I have a date marked on it. It's January 7th. So
yeah, so it needs to sit for another week at least, a couple weeks. It needs to sit till February 7th, right?
No, it needs to sit for at least 2 weeks. You can let it sit for a month and then strain it, but you need to let it sit for at least 2 weeks and then strain it. And then the juice, all the goodness, the juice can either sit.
I'm sweating.
It can either sit shelf stable or it can sit in your fridge.
Oh, no.
My sister said, "Burn that cold right out of you."
Yeah.
It would that. No, it would that.
Yeah, burn that coal right. It burns something out of me. Oh, yeah. Oh, look, and my sister's on here too.
Got the fire.
Yeah. All right. Oh, both our sisters witnessed that. Man, maybe we should have picked a different live.
Any baby goats?
No baby goats yet.
But
however,
take a minute.
However, Amelia is starting to her teacher's starting to swell
and she's backing up,
fill up. Yeah,
and she's starting to look. You know, she's getting that look right when they get close to kid and they start to get that look. She's getting that look. And then Sarah, who's our goat keeper daughter, she's the goat expert. She came out there with me and she runs her hands along their spine and she feels their ligaments at the tip of their tail. She feels the squishiness or softness of the ligaments when they get close. And she felt it and she looked at me and she goes, "Oh, Mama, we're getting close." I was like,
it's getting close. Yep,
we're getting close.
So last night we got a huge just storm last night. It wasn't bad wind-wise and there was no tornado threat. It was just a lot of rain and it dumped and it was chilly outside. And I just knew that at midnight when that rain was pouring down, that the goats were going to kid. I kept watching the camera. We put the camera back there and I just knew that that's what was going to happen, but it didn't. Thank goodness. I was grateful they didn't pick last night because I'd have sure gotten soaked going out to make sure they were okay.
You'll see both of us running in the rain, running with blankets and all kind of stuff.
Yep. So I want to kind of go back to talk about Monday's video. So Monday's video y'all saw, and we a lot of y'all had really kind, great comments, and we appreciate all the love from y'all. We were feeling after the tornado happened up in Selma. That was on a Thursday, and then I think. I guess then it was Fridays. We had a video that posted Friday, but then on Monday, we had a different video that we were going to post, and we ended up just when we were thinking about it, we just couldn't. I don't know. We felt strange posting it because our video that we had scheduled for Monday was going to be a very happy, upbeat video about things that we were happy about that were going on,
and it was going to be showing all of our blessings. And then that tornado happened, and other people that just were
didn't have anything.
It felt kind of. It didn't quite feel right putting out that video. It felt kind of.
Not that there was anything wrong with it.
Yeah, it just made us stop and go, wow,
Yeah. So Monday we ended up just going around and filming some stuff that both we thought might uplift y'all and stuff that really helped uplift us while we were doing it, like going through the greenhouse and pulling out. So we pulled out, if y'all didn't see it, definitely go watch it. But we pulled out these old big long what are they called, honey? Tie downs. Big metal tie downs that are in the ground from an old mobile home that used to years ago be over here. I'm sorry, I keep messing up your hair, baby.
We just pulling a little bit. But yeah, they used to have a mobile home there. They don't anymore, but they left the big metal things in the ground.
Yeah, the tie downs were there. Yeah. So the tie downs, we pulled these big tie downs out and with the tractor, which is something we've been wanting to do for a long time. And we were able to do that because our good friend that lives right down the road from us, Mr. Gary, he dropped off I forget what it's called. I keep forgetting what it's called. It's a little bar.
I think it's called a pull bar.
Anyway, it's the perfect thing to wrap a chain around and then wrap a chain around the tie downs, and then we pulled them right out.
It hooks onto the tractor. So the tractor did all the work, but we got those pulled up out of there.
I don't know. You did quite a bit of work too.
I did. I got dirty.
But that just kind of really made us feel better at the time when we made the video, and we were hoping it would bring y'all a little bit of joy and happiness and maybe make y'all smile a little bit too. It made us. And then Wednesday, hopefully y'all watch Wednesday's video because Wednesday's video, the day finally arrived. We got all the trees gone. Just
everything
done with.
Yep. Rolled all the equipment out of here, and it was just like she was just open. Yeah.
Yep. So the video y'all saw, it took them. I don't know. They took them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 days, 5 work days, 4 or 5 work days is what they. Oh, hey, mom or dad, whoever happens to be.
I think his name.
Or maybe both. It took them 4 or 5 days to get everything cleared. And that kind of the timeline is they started on a Tuesday. No, it was a Tuesday.
Wasn't it Monday?
No, they did. They started on a Monday, but they didn't take any loads out till Tuesday. They started Monday afternoon late.
For like half a day, and
yep. And so that was the Tuesday before the storm came through. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Wednesday, Thursday, they only worked half a day. And then that storm rolled through, y'all, and it just devastated Selma and other areas as well. But it just completely wiped out Selma. And that's, what is it?
Sorry. What about all
the stumps? Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Yeah, we'll tell y'all about the stumps. So we actually got an opportunity to go up and help in Selma. I went up. I actually just got back not too long ago. That's why I'm in pajamas and not my normal clothes, because I came home, took a shower.
Yeah.
We went up and I helped kind of clean up some trees and debris. And so it was good. It felt good to go up there and help out.
Yeah.
You'll notice
I got the kids ready for church and went to church this morning alone. He had to get up at like 4 a.m. and go way out there to go start helping with cleanup, bring chainsaw, cutting logs and stuff. So the girls and Miles and I have all been on our own today. And you just got back like 2 hours ago?
Yeah, I don't even know if it was 2 hours ago, something like that. Yep. Yeah. So it was work, but it was good. It always feels good when you go help and you go serve. It really does. It just warms my soul. I love being able to help people out, especially after all that happened up there. And a lot of these folks, they can't do it themselves. I see you got
The jar of peppers I sent.
Yes, we did. We absolutely did. Thank you so much.
The kids were all
Yep,
excited. They were
we
wondering
did.
what it was. It said fragile, handle
Yep.
with care all over the box, and they're like, What's fragile? What's gonna break in the box?" They were excited. They're like, "Oh, it's peppers."
So we anyway. So back to the trees. Thursday was the Selma, and then Friday was too wet for them to do anything. And then they came out Saturday, worked on equipment, and then Monday came. Monday they came out and started working again. I think Monday and Tuesday it took them 2 more days.
Just 2 more days, and they wrapped it up.
But it was pretty quick. I know it's a small plot of land, right? We only got 18 acres, but I don't know. I thought it would take longer.
Yeah.
They were
They're like,
moving.
"Oh no, we'll have this done in a week." I'm like, "Wow, okay."
They were moving.
They were getting it. Yeah.
Now, there is a lot of debris. I told y'all, I warned you that when you see it afterwards, it's going to look like a bomb went off out there. I mean, there's treetops and branches down everywhere. There's stumps in the ground, of course. Most of them are cut off. I'm talking really loud, aren't I?
A little bit.
Yeah. Most of the stumps are cut off like 2 to 4 inches up off the ground. Some of them are a little bit higher on the bigger trees. But all the stumps that are in our garden area are going to have to come out. So we have someone that's going to come clear that out and get all the stumps out, all the trees, all the tree limbs and debris gone.
Really clean that up for us. Just that area, just that couple acres. Yeah.
Now the rest of it, for now, the rest of it is going to stay.
And we're going to clean up as we can.
Yeah, and especially the goat area is going to stay. We're going to leave most of the stumps, unless it's something that looks like a danger, like it's a small stump and it looks like they're going to trip on it or something's going to happen. We're going to leave it so that it can start having growth come out of the side of it. Not because we want a tree to grow back, but because we want brush and bramble and briars and all the stuff that we hate but goats love. We want that to grow up for them.
A little more of a wild nature type plot, a little more of a natural habitat for them to go play in. So we're okay with weeds and whatever growing back in that one spot that we're going to have for them.
So goats, really, ideally, goats are not grass animals, right? They're not grass animals. Goats thrive on browsing on brush, briar, bramble, all that stuff. Trees, bark. All that kind of stuff. They love that. Will we give them a few limbs to eat? We won't give them any limbs just because they won't eat the actual limb itself. If it's something with leaves on it, they'll eat the leaves. Sometimes they'll eat the bark off and strip the bark off the branches, but they won't actually eat the branches themselves.
But in their permanent area, in their permanent structure, once we get that set up, they're going to have their hay feeder. They're going to have their shelter. They're going to still be fed goat feed every day, but they're also going to have all that to browse and munch on and eat down any weeds that grow up in there. So they're going to be happy goats. Yep.
And then it'll cut down. Once they start browsing, it'll cut down on our feed bill. Not that our feed bill isn't that crazy, or not feed bill, but hay bill. It'll cut down on our hay bill.
Yeah.
Our hay bill is not that expensive anyway. I know some places hay is crazy expensive. Around here, it is not yet. So hopefully it stays that way. We have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful neighbor right down the road from us that sells hay, and he lives close enough that he can even just drive his tractor down and drop the hay off. So
he just brought me 2 bales one time, and he said, "Whenever y'all get to run low, just give me a few days notice. Just call me up and tell me. I'll bring you another bale." I was like,
so we're really grateful for just awesome neighbors and good folks around here that really help us out. It really
and
has
then
been great.
The crew, the logging crew, I really enjoyed.
Yeah, they were great.
I loved them. I love meeting them and just getting to know them. Most of them are brothers, right?
I guess a lot of the crew that was out here, they're brothers. They're all related, family. Yeah. But they were awesome. And so Miles got to ride. They have a huge cutting machine. I didn't put it in the video because I didn't get good video of it. But the guy that was kind of the lead or whatever, he
Mr.
ran
Roy,
the cut. Yeah, Mr. Roy. He ran the cutting machine, and he let Miles climb up in it. This is after they were all done, but he let Miles climb up in it, and he drove Miles around. He got to ride in the cab, and then he cut a couple stumps Yep, cut a couple stumps down low to the ground
Let
for
him
us.
see how it feels to actually do it, you know,
Mhm.
in the chaos of it.
Yep.
He was just, it made his
Yeah,
whole
he
world.
loved it.
thrilled.
He was thrilled. Yep. But Miles gets real shy around people he doesn't know.
He does.
So I did tell him, I'm like, because Mr. Roy had offered to let him ride in the cab. I told Miles, though, I said, if you want to ride, you need to go and ask for a ride.
He goes, no, 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 no. And he starts locking up and getting real shy. And yep, and he doesn't say anything.
Yep. Yeah. Yes, we definitely know to watch for coyotes. We had an experience at our old house before it got cleared when the tree line was kind of up close to the house, and a coyote came right out. Angie was just standing outside on our back deck, and the ducks were like maybe 4 feet from the back porch, and a coyote came out of the woods all the way up by the porch, snatched the duck, and ran off.
Yeah, I did shoot at it.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. I was like, that is a coyote. And just when it registered, I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah, it's just right up by our house. But this time, you know, we plan on maintaining all this cleared land, as in we're not going to let it get, you know,
too overgrown.
Yeah. We're going to, you know, our goal is to turn it into pasture and just keep it all, you know, cut.
Except for the goat area.
And just kind of keep it where we can manage it and where critters don't feel safe doing that, where critters aren't going to feel like they can sneak up on us, you know. And we are surrounded by woods. We are going to have deer. The coyotes are there. And if they get hungry enough, they are going to try some things. But we're going to put things in place, electric netting, LGD. We're going to have things in place to deter the predators.
Yep. Lost 2 kids from having a bunch of horse nettle in the hay. Thankfully, I haven't seen any issues with that in our hay. Our hay has been pretty good so far since we've been pretty lucky with our hay sources, both before and now, to have great hay. Calfee cattle have videos of coyotes grazing in the field with the cows.
Well, dang.
We will have an LGD. We don't yet, but we will. Yep. We're just trying to figure out the whole logistics of it. And if we need to fence, which I think we do, if we need a fence before we get one. But I think we do. From everything I've read, I want an Anatolian Shepherd. And from what I understand, Anatolian Shepherds can scale a fence with no problem. So even if we fence around the property, it's not going to matter. You going to go give them back? Yeah. So I don't know if fencing would even help keep an LGD, a livestock guardian dog, in around the animals. I'm not sure. So I need to do more research about that. If y'all know anything about it, definitely let us know. Either send us a message or whatever. Man, y'all, that stuff is still burning. Would you believe it? Some of y'all may not have been on yet when I tried this. You'll have to go back and watch replay if you didn't get to see it. This is Angie's fire cider. It's got, I'm not even going to go through the list of ingredients again, but it's got a lot of stuff in it, needless to say. And y'all, it is potent. I'm still getting cayenne and garlic and onion just like wafting up. I'm sure my breath is just amazing right now. Go get a puppy from Lester and Jamie for an LGD. Well, here's the thing is that typically certain breeds of dogs do better as LGDs, and some of them do better as pets. And so, fences for the animals, not the dog. Yeah, but then how do I keep the dog from roaming on everybody else's property around here? That's what I'm just not sure.
Right. Yeah.
How do we keep that?
If you want them to not roam and stay in, you're gonna have some fencing.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Anyway,
she said hidden farms.
Hidden farms.
I don't know. Did you say something about hidden farms?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So is there anything else about the tree cutting you want to talk about?
What I was saying about the crew, and how I like to meet them and everything. and we actually fed them.
Oh,
gumbo.
that's what it was. I knew you were going
Yeah.
somewhere with the crew thing. I couldn't remember what.
We
Though.
told them it was, what day was that? It was like
I think it was
Tuesday or Wednesday. In the
In
middle of their work week,
yeah.
we told them, okay, when y'all come out the next day, I said, we're gonna have gumbo ready for you. We made a big old pot of
It was
gumbo.
Monday.
I think so. Yeah.
It was Monday. It was one of the last days.
And they heard that we were from Louisiana, and we said we can make you some real, stuff, some real true gumbo the right way.
Yep.
So we introduced them.
So I made gumbo.
Some good
yeah,
gumbo.
and it was good.
It
was the best gumbo I ever made.
He said, "You sure you ain't want us?"
Yeah, that was the best gumbo I've ever made, and it was good.
It was really,
it was good. We made a big old pot of gumbo, and then we
I
shared.
just brought it out to the table outside.
Yep.
And brought out like paper bowls and paper plates, and we all sat at the big black table outside and enjoyed.
Yep, and then we shared some with the neighbor down the road because he had come over to see what all the noise was on our property. And so he came over. We got to meet him. We talked to him a little bit, and he saw the collards growing in the greenhouse. And so we started talking about plants, and then he mentioned that he had cabbages growing, and so he brought.
That's when he came up with the idea. He was like, maybe we can work out a deal here. He said, I'll bring you some gumbo. You give me some cabbages.
Yeah, and so he did. He gave us cabbages. And we gave him gumbo, and it worked out. It worked out great.
It's good. Good trade. Good swap.
So then tonight we're making.
Oh yeah, tonight we're making jambalaya.
Yep, jambalaya. That's gonna be good.
Seems to be like Louisiana Cajun time.
Yep,
we're making all the good stuff.
Now, I mentioned the jambalaya because some of y'all have asked about what is it, baby?
I was just reading that. Great Pyrenees and Great Dane. They're a breed.
Oh yes,
Texas and garden dogs.
Yep.
Yes. They are. We just want them to guard only this property, nobody else's.
Yeah, I just don't know that we're ever going to be able to do that.
I don't know.
Oh, Hidden Heights Farm has the livestock dog. Gotcha. So here's one. So, what's your favorite Cajun meal to make?
Family friendly Cajun meal to make.
Here's the thing.
So I don't know.
I
don't know if this qualifies as Cajun because I have made jambalaya before. I have attempted gumbo, not as good as your gumbo or anything.
Thank you, babe.
I've even made boudin before. But as far as big family friendly Cajun meals, I don't know if this qualifies as Cajun, but it's definitely Southern. My red beans and rice, they have a little bit of a kick to them. I make them like I make Louisiana style red beans and rice.
Here's the thing,
because I've tried northern red beans and rice. It did not taste like southern red beans and rice, and it feeds a million people. You make a big old pot of red beans and rice with sausage, and you can throw anything in it. But I cook it with sausage,
baby.
But it feeds a million people,
baby. Red beans and rice is a Cajun Louisiana thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. That counts.
I didn't know if it was Cajun or just Southern, but
that's
what I grew up making.
In the North, they make white beans. They don't know nothing about red beans.
I tried somebody's red beans. I don't know if it was out of a can or what, but I tried somebody's northern red beans. It just wasn't like Mama made it.
Yeah. And you do make.
Wasn't good,
So I do most of the cooking in the house, but when we may have red beans and rice, I do not make it. She makes it because
he leaves it up to me. Yeah.
I just don't do something right. It just doesn't taste the same.
I always tell him you gotta coerce it, you gotta love it, you gotta work it into that flavor. It's a magic thing that happens in the pot, And he can do that with gumbo. Does it beautifully. Red beans and rice is not his forte.
No, it's not. Bought some collards at Walmart for the first time, and we had collards and cornbread. Yeah,
you converted somebody.
Yes,
they have converted you. Nice.
Yeah,
Did you
that
like
and
it?
Jason's Jason's always wearing his collards and cornbread shirt.
Here's the big question: did you like it? Was it good?
Yeah. Oh, I love me. So y'all. I think we forgot to film. Did we film it?
What?
Oh, we did film it. So I'm not gonna tell them.
Yeah.
So it'll come out tomorrow. Tomorrow's video. I'm not gonna tell them that. All right. So one thing I do want to tell y'all about. A lot of you asked for recipes like gumbo and some of the stuff that we make. That is coming. If you go over to the website, I did add a recipes thing on the menu. I haven't put any recipes on there yet, but this week we'll get the jambalaya recipe on there. So
I'll even put up my red beans and rice recipe.
So here's the thing, y'all. We don't measure a lot when we cook.
Yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, until it tastes
So
right. It's a feel it thing, but I'll try to put
yeah.
measurements on there.
So tonight, while I'm making jambalaya, after we get off here, I'm actually measuring out and weighing out everything that I'm using. And so
Write it
that
down. Write
way,
it down.
yeah, that way we can put it on there for y'all. And I'm going to have to do the same thing with gumbo. We're just going to have another big pot of gumbo. And then, and that's how we're going to have to do it, because I don't know a measurement. I just don't know.
So it's gonna be an effort for us, but we'll do it.
Yeah, for y'all. I'd love y'all to have it. I think the other suggestion about OGD is meant to get in touch with Hidden Heights Farms. Yep. I did
Okay.
finally see that
All right,
comment.
okay.
Yep.
And Brooke says the same thing about her cooking. I noticed that every time I watch Brooke cook, she's like, "Well, I don't really know how much of this I used or how much did I put in it." She had to stop and think about it, because I don't know, when you cook some southern things, or when you're so used to cooking that certain thing, it's like your hands just kind of do it, and you don't even think about it. You're not
taste it,
Yeah, and you're not thinking like a teaspoon of this, a cup of this. You're just doing it.
What happened to your thumb? What did happen to your thumb?
Yeah, that's where I burnt it a little bit on a hot pan.
When did you do that?
It was like 2 days ago.
You burnt it on a hot pan?
When I was making the bread. Like right on the tip of my thumb, snagged it. Like right on that hot iron too.
And speaking of food, I'm hungry. So food's on my mind. But speaking of food, last night, y'all,
when is it not on his mind?
Lily made homemade pizzas, and it was awesome.
She did.
We need to start doing that weekly.
Yeah, and she like let the crust the bread dough rise, and she rolled it out into a crust and everything the pizza size. And she made 2 different kinds. She made cheese and pepperoni. She grated all the mozzarella herself, put on all the toppings. She made us a good homemade pizza.
Say it again. Mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
That's probably how you're supposed to say it, huh?
Mozzarella.
Yeah, I always say mozzarella.
No, it's mozzarella.
Like Mott's applesauce.
No, it's
and Rella.
No, it's MOZ.
I mean, I know how it's spelled.
I
always say mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
Mozzarella. I don't know, mozzarella. Funny, Chestnut Hills. Did you know, y'all, that there is actually you can get a measuring set that says dash, tad, sprinkle,
a tish bit.
Something like that. I don't know exactly what it says. I just saw it on Amazon one day, and it had
helping,
those. I thought it was funny.
A tish bit of that, a dash of this, sprinkle of
that. They loved the collards and cornbread.
Nice, very good.
Awesome.
But my guys said they want me to make it again.
Yeah, it's good. I love it, and
you'll start to crave it. You'll start to want that taste, because nothing else tastes like collards and cornbread. It's just a collards and cornbread taste, and you'll start to crave it.
And there is no frozen collard greens that will ever taste like fresh.
No,
even
gotta do the fresh.
Even if it's just the wilted looking, sad, pitiful fresh ones at Walmart, it's still going to be 10 times better than the frozen. The frozen just, I don't know. I don't like the frozen ones.
Well, if anybody has ever I don't know how many of you have a garden or have access to someone who has a garden, but if you've ever cooked with fresh out of the garden vegetables, and then you cooked with frozen store-bought vegetables, there's a difference. You can taste the difference. So that's the difference in the greens. It's like, do you want this fabulous, awesome, strong collard flavor in your cornbread and collards? Do you want the good rich stuff, or do you want the frozen taste? It's got like a frozen veggie taste. Yeah.
When she was pregnant, she craved Cajun style lobster.
Okay.
I've
used
never
2 spice jars of cayenne
pepper. Yeah.
Ooh, that baby was wanting some spice.
Yeah.
You were burning it up.
The question is, did the baby turn out to love spicy food later on?
Baby came out wanting some hot sauce on his baby food. Chestnut Hill said sorry, go ahead.
Most Cajuns don't measure or spice their meats.
That's true. My grandmother used to say we season with love, and we just know we do taste and add more of whatever's needed. Yep. Amen.
And so
amen.
I am not, obviously, I'm not from Louisiana, but I didn't start cooking a whole lot until when I started living in Louisiana. And so I think maybe that's why I don't measure, maybe then. I don't know. Knowing I knew that I learned from
I
measured.
thought about something. See, they talked about a smear and a slather the
Mhm.
other day on their lab. I thought about something when she said pregnancy and craving stuff. Oh, I think the weirdest thing that I'll never forget, and I don't even remember which kid it was. Weirdest thing I ever craved because I didn't have a lot of pregnancy cravings. But the weirdest thing was I wanted something sweet and sour at the same
Mhm.
time, and I could not for the life of me. I was walking
Mhm.
through the store, couldn't find something that satisfied sweet and sour because regular sweet and sour Asian stuff wasn't getting it. I wanted really sweet and really sour,
Mhm.
mash them together and just eat them together. I needed something with some umph behind it, you know, some real sweet and real sour. And I was craving it so bad. I dug through our pantry and our fridge and I wasn't finding it. I finally invented what I was craving and it hit the spot. I invented it. Look, I got a sandwich and I got what was it? It was peanut butter, pickles, and mustard, and it was like it was alternating sweet and sour on this sandwich. I put a whole lot of sweet on one side, whole lot of sour on the other, and smashed them together, and I ate that thing. It was
I done
so
thought
good.
she had lost her mind.
It was so good. It finally
Mhm.
satisfied it. Oh,
Yep.
I wanted real sweet and real sour.
Freeze dried collards are every bit as good as they say. Way different than the frozen section collards at the store. So when you freeze dry them, it actually preserves a lot of the fresh flavors and that freshness. And it is really good, y'all. It is really, really good. If you can't have fresh, freeze dried collards are good. And so when they're in season here, though we won't have enough this year, but next year in the fall when we start growing our collards, hopefully we'll have enough that we can freeze dry a bunch of those and put them up so that way in the summer when we want collards and cornbread we can have it, because collards they don't do well in the summer here. It just gets too hot and too much pest pressure, and they're a fall thing here for sure. So yep. Homemade pizza tonight and we loved it. Different taste. It is delicious.
Yeah
It is different.
You cook it to perfection, just how you like it.
Yep. And I want to pickle some okra this year.
I do.
Honey.
I want to pickle okra. Pickle green beans, pickle okra. Oh, I want to show them what I made. What I started.
Oh, the other one you started. She's been busy. Oh, thank you, Miss Susan, for commenting that. I meant to tell you all that. So yes, we are going to not just pile up all the branches and burn it. We're going to make use of them. We're going to invest in a wood chipper. Hopefully nothing too expensive, but something that's going to do the job well. And we're going to use all those wood chips in the orchard where we need them and anywhere else, but mainly in the orchard right now.
You ready?
Yeah, show them.
Ta-da!
It's still going. They're not ready yet.
They're not ready yet, but
we should taste one of those
I cut up some more carrots and they are fermenting.
Should we taste one?
No, because I want the real deal when it's like all the way ready.
Okay.
I don't want.
We won't taste test that.
Halfway.
Enough taste testing.
I think it's doing well. I think I did it right.
Honey, you should at least taste that. No. You should taste your fire cider.
For sickness.
It'll keep, you can use stuff for preventative too.
It did say that in the recipe. It said you can take a tablespoon or a little shot of it, once a month to kind of prevent illness. It'll prevent you having a cold or whatever. And you can take it as a preventative, but I'm gonna wait till I need it.
Chestnut Hills, they taste like deliciousness. That's what they taste like.
Yes.
Taste like deliciousness.
It tastes like a crunchy pickle. Like
a pickled carrot. It doesn't sound like it would taste good, but it does. Really good. So we had them for the first time at Whispering Willows, who we absolutely love. We love Jill and Nathan over there. But we had it for the first time when we stayed there. We stayed with them for a night. What was it? Last year in March. So almost a year ago.
Spent the night with them. They fed us. We talked a lot. We just they saw their farm.
Yeah. And they ferment a lot of carrots there.
Yeah.
So
it ferments a lot of things.
And so I would never have fermented carrots ever if I hadn't tasted them.
I was so surprised when she pulled them out because I had heard about my grandmother pickling a lot of things and a lot of things people fermented. Never thought about carrots. Yeah, she pulled out that jar and showed it to us. I was like, "What's that?" And she said, "Try one." So I tried it and I was like, "Oh, that's fabulous." I mean, I'm doing it now at my house because it was so good. I want that taste again.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it brings out any sweetness any more than
No.
a pickle brings out the sweetness in a cucumber. It really is just fermenting. I don't know how much y'all know about fermenting, but fermenting is just really the old school way of pickling, right? So when you made pickles before, it used to be fermented cucumbers, not put them in vinegar. So it's the same thing. It's just natural fermentation, and it's pickling the carrots, and that's kind of what it tastes like. It tastes like pickles.
This lady says she craved hoagies with barbecue chips and candy fish. I could see me doing that when I was pregnant.
So the Swedish fish, is that the candy fish?
Yeah, the candy
barbecue
fish.
chips
those
and
little
Swedish
squishy
fish.
gummy fish. Yeah.
The recipe for the carrots is actually
it's just a brine.
So you can ferment anything in 2% brine solution, but if you go over to Whispering Willow's farm website,
she has it.
The recipe is listed there.
And it's free. It's like a PDF download, but it's for free. You can look up her carrot fermenting recipe. But basically, it's just you have to get the brine right. That's the thing. With fermenting anything, you want to get the ratio of salt to water correctly. So she'll tell you how much salt and how much water to mix together to pour on top of your carrots after you cut them up in those pieces and put them in a jar. And you got to fill the whole thing with salt water. But you have to get the salt water ratio right for it to actually do the fermentation.
Yep. But definitely go check out their website. They got a lot of stuff over there, but one of the things they have over there is that recipe. Fermentation uses a lot of salt, right? Yes. Fermentation uses salt. So basically the reason it uses salt is the salt keeps all the bad bugs, and by bugs, I mean like bacteria and yeast, right? It keeps all the bad things from growing, and it only allows the good bugs to grow.
So it's great for your gut health.
Yeah.
Creates a lot of good bacteria in your system.
Yep. So there's, y'all know there's good yeast, good bacteria, bad bacteria. That's how you get wine with, good yeast, right? And so when you ferment veggies, putting it in a salt solution, same thing with sauerkraut. When we make sauerkraut, what we do is we weigh out the cabbage, and then I weigh out like 2.5% salt on that, and then I mix it in the cabbage, and I don't put any liquid actually in the cabbage.
You just crush it
I crush it up, and the juice from the cabbage comes out, and it makes the brine, and then it just sits. That's it.
Yep.
Salt and cabbage. That's all you need for sauerkraut.
And for thousands of years, that's how people preserved their food. They salted it or they fermented it, and so it's doctors and health nutritionists and everything will tell you that it's good to once a week or more to have a serving of fermented foods. You need to have those fermented foods in your diet because that does help your system, helps your gut health, helps your digestion.
Yep. Your cravings weren't that crazy, I guess.
It was
lemons, Hershey's almonds, Cajun hot foods. So everybody, everybody's.
Yeah. I just had that.
I guess everybody has cravings.
That one binge. Every once in a while, I'd be like, "Oh, I just gotta have some XYZ right now," and it wouldn't be anything crazy, but I'd go get me a burger or whatever. But I had that one binge where I had to have that salty, sweet and sour mix or whatever, and it was weird, y'all. It was like thinking back on it now, I'm like, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
It was peanut butter and honey and banana, and the other side was like the mustard and pickles and all this other sour stuff, and smushed it all together, and I was a mess, but I ate it.
If you have a kidney disease, I am not sure, but if you need to be on a low sodium diet, I would tell you that fermented foods probably are not going to be what you want because it's definitely not a low sodium. Oh, I was waiting for this question. I was hoping somebody asked it because I was thinking about it before we got on the live when I knew I was going to talk about jambalaya. So gumbo and jambalaya have a lot of the same ingredients, but the difference is gumbo is a stew. It's like a stew that you put over rice, and jambalaya, you actually cook the rice in the liquid, and the rice soaks it all up. So when you're done, you got fluffy rice with meat and veggies and whatever you put in it.
It's going to be like a reddish orange looking rice. It's going to be like a red rice with all the stuff, all the goodness in it, and all the veggies and all the sauce in it. So jambalaya is the rice, and gumbo is poured over rice.
And there's actually multiple types of jambalaya. Well, two types really. So Creole, they say Creole jambalaya has tomatoes in it, and Cajun doesn't. So Cajun jambalaya will look more brown. Creole jambalaya looks more reddish.
I grew up on the red stuff.
Yeah, but I make the brown stuff. And if you eat jambalaya at a restaurant or something and it looks white and it's not brown, it's usually because they made the rice separate and then they mix stuff in it, and that's not
it means they
real.
don't know what they're doing.
Now, be nice, baby.
Sorry,
be nice
sorry.
to people. Be
it
nice.
means they weren't born and bred in Louisiana. That's what that means.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the difference. I hope that makes sense.
And there's plenty of good recipes online that, come out real close to the real deal that you would get down in New Orleans or something. I mean, you can try it. Just try it in your kitchen. The ingredients are there at Walmart.
Mm-hmm. Okra is in gumbo.
Mm-hmm.
Okra is in gumbo. The other thing that's in gumbo a lot of times is what they call filet powder, but I don't use it. I use okra. Okra it thickens the gumbo up, and it tastes delicious, but it thickens the gumbo up. Hey, Miles. You want to say hi?
Hi.
Dad, yes.
Can you start making dinner now?
Yes, you're hungry. I'll make dinner in just a minute. Chestnut Hills, are you going live tonight at 6?
Oh, shit.
Southern dish with gumbo and jambalaya from Shreveport, Louisiana. It's a culture to make. So yeah, I hope that makes sense to everybody. The difference between gumbo and jambalaya. I'm gonna go make some jambalaya now.
He said, "Yes, sir." Chestnut Hills is going live, y'all.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They're on at 6.
Yep. So y'all go watch Chestnut Hills after we hop off, and then that'll round out your night.
Right? Let the shows keep rolling.
Yep. So we love y'all. Thank you so much. We're gonna try the peppers. I haven't tried the vinegar yet, so we're gonna try the vinegar. Haven't tried it yet. Just haven't had a chance yet. But we love y'all. Thank y'all so much for always coming and watching and sharing in kind of what's going on with us and supporting us. Y'all have a great night. We're gonna go make some jambalaya and write down measurements, and then hopefully in the next couple days, y'all will be able to see the recipe pop up.
Yeah.
So, and I'm a Survivor is going live at 6:30. Yep, there you go. So you guys got a whole slew of shows to watch tonight.
Gather the family in the living room, grab some popcorn, and watch the shows.
Yep. So y'all have a great one. We love y'all.
Love you.
We'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.